guys, welcome to Intraordinary Life. Welcome to this vlog. Happy New Year, and I hope that your year has started off well so far. You're on track with your goals that you set for yourself. I hope that you're still feeling optimistic about this year and all the things that you hope to achieve. And I do hope that if you haven't made any New Year's resolutions or any plans, that you do figure out what you want to achieve. It doesn't have to be a lot of things. It can be one thing. It could be something to do with mental health. It could be something to do with your physical health. It could be something to do with your spiritual life. Whatever it is, I hope that you find it and you're able to stick to it. This is going to be a spoken blog as opposed to a written blog. I'm hoping to not take too long with this. I do hope that most importantly you're able to stay and you're able to relate to what I do talk about in this vlog or blog. I wanted to share with you my plans or my hopes or my goals for the new year. While I know that Intraordinary, I tend to give advice, I also feel that Intraordinary started off as a kind of diary. So rather than just giving advice, I thought I would also share with you what I've been thinking about in order to help to make my year more structured and to help me to also keep focus as well. So I've written some points in my notebook here. This year, as I will do every single year from henceforth, I wanted to focus on mind, body, soul and others. So what I mean by mind, body, soul and others is when we think about the mind, we think about mental, right? So I've divided my goals into the mental section. I've divided my goals into the physical section, that's body. And then soul, we take that as the spiritual side. So in terms of others, I will go into that later, but I'll start off with mind, so mental health. So this year I really want to work on being real with myself. So what I mean by being real is just being very mindful of what I'm thinking about, and I really want to be more resilient, and I want to be more focused. I want to be more able to push out more positivity, and to be able to be more dependent on the positive things in my life than negative things. So I want to really keep a check on my mind. I don't want my mind to control me, in the sense that our mind is obviously connected to our soul or our feelings. So sometimes we have down moments, and the thoughts that run through our minds are mostly either upsetting or worrying thoughts. And obviously I'm human, but I'll do my best to revert back to positivity, and just to ensure that I don't let the negative thoughts make me make decisions which I'm going to regret later. I'm not going to let worry take over my mind, because I don't gain anything from worrying. Knowing how I feel at certain points in time, having a conversation with myself and saying, how are you feeling today? If I'm not feeling so positive, why do you feel this way? And then rather than trying to let the negativity I'm probably feeling at that time, I could encourage myself and let my mind think of something positive. So being real with myself, and I've also said keep my mind in check, and also making sure that I let positivity drive me forward. Another thing I've started already is to keep my mind is by learning. I refer to learning as brain training. Anytime I enroll in a course, anytime I learn something, even if it's just a documentary I'm watching and I learn something, I call it brain training. This year, as I'm going to do for every single year if I have the chance to, I want to focus on really improving my knowledge on things, because I find that when I am more knowledgeable about things, I feel happier. So it's good. Learning for me is good for my mental health. So that's to do with mental. In terms of body, I relate that to physical. One thing I've decided to do this year more of is to focus on my diet. And two things in particular with my diet. I want to eat more often. Sometimes I either get lazy or I just don't have an appetite. So this year, I really want to eat more often. Obviously, as you can see, I'm quite skinny. I would say a couple of years ago, maybe 3 years ago, I wasn't this size. And due to teacher training and I guess whatever took place between then and now, I have lost weight and I haven't been able to put it back on. And within myself, I don't feel very beautiful. Let's just put it that way. When I wear clothing, I feel like I don't look very good in them. I feel like I just don't feel, I feel very lost in them. And I feel like they don't look good on me. So I want to put on weight. And so eating as regularly as I can and as often as I should do is going to help me to achieve my goal of putting on weight. And now in relation to putting on weight and eating, I also have a goal of also eating more healthfully. I do not like fruits as normal people would. I don't like fruits. I force myself to eat them. I don't like vegetables either. I don't mind salad. It depends on what mood I'm in. So I don't like fruits, I don't like vegetables, and I don't really like salad. I don't mind it, but I don't really like any of those. I don't have an appetite, and then I'm not even eating the healthy things I'm supposed to. So I would say that I'm very, very deficient in my nutrients. So one of my goals in relation to body is to eat often and also to eat healthfully. Another thing I want to incorporate in my diet more often is to eat wholesome foods. So things like grains, oats, millet, soya, good healthy things. Obviously organic things. I want to incorporate more of those in my diet. So I'm going to eat more fruits, more vegetables, more salads, and then eat more wholesome foods. I haven't mentioned exercise because if I'm to be honest, if I put it down as a goal, I know I'll fail. I do exercise, it's just not in the normal way that everyone expects exercise to be, like cardio things. I walk a lot, and for me, walking is my exercise. And if I did have to choose what I would do in addition to walking, I would say I want to do more dancing. That's something I like and I enjoy doing. So it wouldn't feel like exercise when I'm dancing. So that is something I would do. I'm not going to put it down as a goal, but I will include that. And I definitely want to do more stretches because my muscles feel very tight sometimes. So in terms of exercising, I will do more stretches and more dancing in addition to what I currently do. And then moving on to soul, which is to do with the spiritual aspect. I've put down fast consistently. Fasting for me is very difficult for me. It's shocking because I don't really have an appetite, but when it's time for fasting, that's when I feel very hungry and I realize all the things in the house I can make, all the foods I can make. So for me, I want to be able to fast in a proper way. So not just starving myself and not praying. I want to keep away from food and also pray. If I'm going to fast, the same amount of sacrifice I'm putting into not eating, I need to put into praying. And so if you relate to that, you can put that in the comment section or give this video a thumbs up. And then also Bible reading is something I want to do more often, and devotionals help me. So there are devotionals on the Bible app, YouVersion. You can do a Bible plan. So that's been helping me a lot since last year. And also prayer. So in terms of prayer, I was given a strategy. I believe it was God who gave it to me. And the strategy was to pray at the 9 watches of the day. So 12, 3, 6, and 9. And that will be AM and PM. So every 3 hours, basically, I will pray. So I tend to do this when I'm off from, when I don't have any job to do. So I'm a supply teacher. So if I have a day when I don't have a job to go to, I would do the 9 washes of the day. So I pray 12, 3, 6, 9, and also AM, PM. So it's 9 times a day, basically. I try to. I don't always pray as I should do. Sometimes I skip them depending on what I'm doing. But I would want to be consistent in following that rule. And another key thing for me that I really want to do from this year onwards is to be more of a witness. So in Christianity, witnessing refers to sharing your faith with others, just being able to encourage them as well, also being supportive to them. So encouraging them if they're in a difficult situation, being as practical as you can and help them, whether it's by giving, by praying for them, and just sharing the good news, basically. I have so many Bible verses highlighted over the years, and what better way to make use of those highlights than by sharing them with others, and also helping them to know more about God. I'm calling that Intraordinary Faith Devotionals. So if you wanted more information about that, and if you wanted to follow me and you're not on Instagram, you can follow me. If you're on Pinterest, you can follow me. I'll put the details in the description. So follow me on Facebook or on Instagram, and also on YouTube here as well. I'm going to be putting the devotionals on here as well. And then others. So mind, body, soul, and others. I'm going to go through this briefly because I feel like I've been talking for more than 10 minutes. So I've got relationships, I've got projects, and I've got finance. So in terms of relationships, I'll run through this very quickly. I've got friendships. So I'm an introvert and I don't have many friends, but I do want to check in on people more often. So by text, I can't guarantee phone calls. I'm not really a phone call person, but I can definitely check in on people by text. Another one is the romance the romance side of things. A relationship which leads to an exclusive relationship where it leads to marriage. So I mentioned in my blog that I would be more open to that kind of relationship in my 30s. But so far I haven't really been as interested in it as I put down on my blog. I haven't really been interested in a relationship like that. And I did go on a dating website. I'm still on it, but there's not much drive to connect with men. So what I'm going to do in that aspect is, rather than completely brushing it off, I can pray. I can pray to God for my husband. I can pray about my husband. I can pray that God should make me the kind of wife that he wants me to be, the kind of person he wants me to be, the kind of mother he wants me to be, the kind of friend he wants me to be, the kind of partner he wants me to be. Practicality is going to be prayer. So that's for relationships. And then in terms of projects, I mentioned I have a few projects I'm working on. One of them is No Ordinary Life. I have Intraordinary Travels, and I have Intraordinary Life. And so what I'm doing at the moment is I'm very disciplined right now, and I try to post content on all of those platforms. I've decided to take No Ordinary Life a step further, and hopefully you should be hearing more about it. I'll put the details on in the description as well. You can follow us on LinkedIn, on Facebook, and on Instagram as well. So in terms of projects, I'm working on all of these content for these 3 platforms. I always have a notebook with me because I always have ideas of what I can do with them and people I can interview as well. And then in terms of Intraordinary Life, this year I want to be more engaging with people. So I'm going to organize more live chats. The 30s Club is going to happen again this year. And so ladies will look out for that one. It's not just for people who are 30 years old. It's for people pre-30s, post-30s, within their 30s. So look out for that one. Please, when it comes to engaging with audience, it's effective if people are also engaging with me. So if I do organize a live chat, try as much as possible, if you're available, to join the chat and let's have a conversation. So yeah, just be open to that. And then in terms of finance, that's the last point for me. I want to not get myself into debt. Right now, my finances are very, very strained. I have to be extra disciplined to not get myself in debt. Last year, December that's just gone past, I cancelled my overdraft. It was a good thing actually, because I realized that when I did get paid, I was still in the minuses and I didn't want to be in the minus. So I cancelled my overdraft so I can have things, my balance could be a positive number, not a negative number. I also want to learn more ways or implement more ways to invest. I've learned a little bit about investment and things like trading or business, things like that. So I want to be more practical in that sense. Last year, I joined a book club and we were able to really have a think about our financial situation and our future. So one of the things I've done to implement what I've learned is through my product line, Intraordinary Wear. If you follow me on Instagram, on Facebook, you will see that I have some clothing I've released on Intraordinary Wear. Now, I'm calling it a product line because I'm not just going to do clothing. I'm also going to do things like stationery. As you know, I love to write, so there will be notebooks available. There will be mags as well, travel mags, so many things available. So I don't want to call it a clothing line. It's going to be a merchandise line. So please follow me on all of these 3 platforms: Instagram, Facebook, and Pinterest. My Pinterest page is fairly new, so I have no followers on there. So if you happen to have Pinterest, do follow me on there. And also do patronize Intraordinary Wear. I'm going to make a separate video for Intraordinary Wear, so look out for that one. And yes, my time is up, and I would like to wish you one more time a happy new year and all the best in everything that you do this year. And may all your hopes and your goals and your dreams come to pass. And do stay focused, do stay disciplined, and thank you so much. This is Claudia from Intraordinary Life, Intraordinary Travels, No Ordinary Life, and Intraordinary Wear, and I would like to say goodbye to you. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe if you're able to relate to any of these things. All right, take care. Bye.